Benjamin Patch, small-time Fulchester builder, became a celebrity overnight with his revolutionary new concept in cheap housing. Patch's Patch, they called it. On paper, it looked marvellous. To all those hundreds of young married couples who didn't earn enough to afford mortgages, Patch's Housing Association seemed the answer to a dream. £1,000 in cash they paid and were promised a house. But like all dreams, it faded. Within 3 years, Patch's Patch had become a sick joke. Hundreds of young couples lost their money. Patch himself went bankrupt. But by now, the fraud squad had started to investigate. And today, Benjamin Patch stands trial in Fulchester Crown Court, charged with fraud.
Tate, before you call your evidence, I want to have a word with the defendant. Mr. Patch, you have elected to conduct your own defence.
Yes, Your Honour. My Lord. What do I call you, sir?
My Lord.
Thank you, my Lord.
As I was saying, Mr. Patch, you have elected to conduct your own defence, which, of course, is your right. But I wonder if you are aware of the task that you've taken upon yourself.
Well, to be perfectly honest, in the greatest respect, my Lord, I don't see it as all that much of a task.
I admire your confidence.
Oh, it's not confidence in myself, my Lord, but I have faith in British justice. I've pleaded not guilty, and I am innocent. I've got nothing on my conscience, unlike some of the people who will be appearing at this trial. And I hope the jury will see me for what I am, an ordinary, decent, honest man like themselves.
My lord, I'm prepared to extend every reasonable courtesy to the prisoner, but really...
Yes, Miss Tate. Mr. Patch, you must not make speeches to the jury, at least not at this stage of the trial.
Sorry, my Lord. Sorry, Miss Tate.
The time for speeches will come later. I will tell you when.
Yes, my Lord. It's just that I'm new to all this, and no doubt I'll get the hang of things pretty soon.
Are you sure that you're not being a trifle optimistic, Mr. Patch? It takes a barrister a good many years to get the hang of things.
Yes, I know, my Lord, but it's no use crying over spilt milk. As you know, I've just been declared a bankrupt, and I can't afford to hire a clever London barrister like Miss Tate.
You could apply for legal aid.
Yes, I wouldn't feel right about it, my Lord.
Why not, Mr. Patch?
Well, I've never accepted charity in all my life. If I haven't been able to afford something, I've done without. It's been the way I've been brought up.
Well, I hope you will not regret your decision.
I hope not, my Lord. Your Lordship.
Yes, Mr. Patch?
I'm not asking special favours or anything like that.
And you will get none, Mr. Patch.
Well, I'm glad to hear it, my Lord. It's just that if I put some of the questions the wrong way round, you know, what do you call them, leading questions, could you give me the nod so I could rephrase them, put them properly?
I will not accept leading questions either from Miss Tate or from yourself.
Yes, my Lord. And may I say how delighted I am to be faced with such a charming opponent.
Yes, indeed. Please begin, Miss Tate, or we shall never get on.
Oh, sorry.
And my first witness, my lord, is Robert...
Lord.
What is it, Mr. Patch? You must not keep interrupting the proceeding.
Well, I am sorry, my Lord. It's just that it's very difficult to conduct a case from up here. Would you mind if I sat where the lawyers sit? There's a number of books I want to refer to and some documents I'd like to show to the jury.
Very well, Mr. Patch. You may move.
Thank you very much.
My lord, may I proceed?
Yes, OK, I'm fine now, thanks.
I call Robert Tarrant, my lord.
Robert Tarrant, please. Shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You are Robert Tarrant of 17B, Sebastopol Drive, Fulchester.
I am.
What is your profession?
I'm a teacher.
Are you married?
Yes, my wife's a teacher too.
Any children?
No. We'd like to start a family, but we haven't got a house of our own yet.
When did you first come into contact with Mr. Patch?
Through his advertisements.
Is, this the advertisement?
Yes, that's it.
This advertisement appeared on numerous occasions in 1971 and 72 in provincial newspapers, including the Fulchester Herald. Now, Mr. Tarrant, what attracted you about the advertisement?
Well, it offered new houses to young married couples for £1,000 down. All you had to do was join this association, and your money was used to finance the building of houses on some land owned by Mr. Patch.
You will see, members of the jury, that the idea was to sell half the houses built to members of the public, and the other half were to be sold to members of the association at cost. So theoretically, at any rate, the idea was self-financing.
What do you mean, theoretically? It was self-financing.
Mr. Patch.
Well, at least it was meant to be, my lord.
Mr. Patch, you must not interrupt.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, my lord, but I thought lawyers were always interrupting each other.
If you wish to contest anything said by opposing counsel, you must direct that protest to me.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, my lord. Sorry, Mr. Tate.
Miss Tate, would you please continue?
You will also hear, members of the jury, that Mr. Patch was to get £1,000 profit from the sale of each house sold on the open market. But otherwise, he was to get nothing from the scheme. Now, Mr. Tarrant, I asked you, what attracted you to the advertisement?
Well, it was the mortgage, I suppose, really.
The mortgage?
Yes, you see, once you paid your £1,000, you got the house at cost price.
And what was cost price?
£5,000.
So when a member of the association moved into the house, they still owed £4,000.
That's right, but they could pay this back over a period of 25 or 30 years. And they paid no interest, you see. It was an interest-free loan.
Which was a big attraction, of course.
Well, yes. You see, like a lot of people, it's not easy for someone in my position, my wage bracket, to get a regular mortgage. But by joining Patch's association, all it was going to cost me was £3 a week for 25 years. With an ordinary £4,000 mortgage, it would cost nearly 3 times that.
Yet you had enough money for the £1,000 deposit.
That was every penny we possessed. All our savings, plus what we got when we sold the car, plus a bit of money my wife's aunt left us, everything.
Did you see Patch's Patch?
Yes. By then he'd built about 60 houses, and half were occupied by members of the association, people like us. The rest had been sold to outsiders.
Now, did Mr. Patch tell you when you could expect to get a house?
Well, he didn't give us an exact date, but he did say it wouldn't be very long. All we had to do was pay our £1,000, go on the waiting list, and in due course we'd get a house.
But did he say how many people were in front of you on the waiting list?
46.
46. So according to the way Mr. Patch organised his scheme, he would have to build 152 houses before you got one.
That's what he said at first.
He changed his story later, did he?
Oh, yes.
When was this?
At a protest meeting.
And who was protesting?
We were, the members of the association. Well, those of us who'd paid our £1,000 and were still on the waiting list.
How long had you been on the waiting list?
15 months. We held the first protest meeting at the beginning of June last year.
Did Mr. Patch attend these protest meetings?
Oh, yes. He was there. He's incredible, really. He's always making speeches. Said he couldn't understand why we were so angry. There were problems, he said. The price of land had gone up. Oh, he always had 1,000,001 excuses, he did.
You accepted his explanation?
Personally, no.
Did you ask for your £1,000 back?
No.
Why not?
Well, even if I got it back that day, I'd still have been in the same situation. I still couldn't afford to have bought a house. Patch was the only chance we had. Anyway, his new scheme sounded more hopeful.
And what new scheme was this?
Well, instead of building alternate houses for members of the association, he proposed to increase the ratio by 2 to 1.
2 houses for members of the association and 1 for public sale.
Yes.
But surely the idea was to finance the construction of one house by selling the other on the open market.
Yes, well, you see, with his new plan, he said he planned to build bigger luxury homes for sale, and from the profit on one of those, he'd be able to build 2 smaller, cheaper houses for us, his mugs.
Did you see any of these luxury houses that he was building?
Oh, yes.
How many?
2.
Were they sold?
Patch moved into one of them himself shortly after he was declared bankrupt.
Is he still there?
No. He moved out 2 weeks before this trial began.
Now, did you hold any other protest meetings after June?
We've held 7 since then. It's getting to be quite a regular event.
And how many couples attend these meetings?
175, 200.
And what is your position in the association, Mr. Tarrant?
I was elected president. I chair the meetings.
Does Mr. Patch attend these meetings?
Oh, yes. To all except the last couple. He really is incredible. Speeches, always making speeches, promises, fresh promises.
What promises?
Oh, new schemes, new variations on an old theme. If only we had another 20, 30, 40,000, we could, well, I don't know, really, wave a magic wand, make it all come true. Frankly, I'm amazed that the swindling bastard hasn't been lynched.
Silence! Silence in court!
Mr. Tarrant, I will not put up with that sort of language in this court.
I'm sorry, Your Lordship.
And if there is another disturbance, I shall clear the galleries. Now, Miss Tate, please.
I have finished, my lord.
All right, Mr. Patch.
My lord.
You may now question the witness, Mr. Patch, if you wish to.
Thank you, my lord. Mr. Tarrant, where are you living at the moment?
17...
No, I meant, are you living in furnished rooms?
Yes.
So you're not exactly homeless?
No. No thanks to you, though.
Mr. Tarrant.
It's all right, my lord, I don't mind.
I do, Mr. Patch.
Oh.
Mr. Tarrant, I warned you.
Yes, I'm sorry, my lord.
Mr. Tarrant, you said in your evidence that you had no chance of getting a house.
That's right.
So by joining my scheme, you've lost nothing.
I've lost £1,000.
Yeah, but you haven't lost the chance of getting a house, have you?
No.
Now, the association elected you the president of the Action Committee, the Action Group.
Yes.
At how many meetings have you tried to get them to take action against me?
Just about every one.
Have you ever succeeded in persuading them to take action against me?
Depends what you mean by action.
Well, something more than just a mild censure motion. I mean, had the association started taking proceedings against me before the police stepped in?
No.
So, there were some of the Action Committee who weren't convinced that I was entirely a swindler.
I wouldn't say that. There was just a difference of opinion regarding the best method of dealing with you.
But some of them, the majority of them, obviously didn't want to go to law.
We couldn't afford to. You pinched our money, remember?
Well, as his lordship pointed out to me, there's always legal aid. Or was it because in their heart of hearts, the majority of them were not convinced that I was a swindler?
Oh, they were convinced, all right. Our sole argument was about the best method of getting our money back.
Ah. Now, about this money I'm supposed to have swindled you out of. Do you remember when you came to my office to pay the £1,000? Who did you see?
I saw you and Mr. Jordan.
My accountant.
Yes.
And who did you pay your money to?
Mr. Jordan.
And who did all the other members of the association pay their money to?
Well, I can't speak for them, can I?
Well, it was Mr. Jordan. Now, do you see him in this court?
No.
The police don't know where he is either.
No, what's this to do with me?
Quite a lot, I should have thought. He's got your £1,000, not me. He's the one that should be on trial here today, not me.
Mr. Patch, you must take care that you can substantiate allegations against persons who are not here to defend themselves.
Well, my lord, it's not my fault that Raymond Jordan's not in court. Blame the police.
Mr. Patch, Superintendent James will be called as a witness. You will have every opportunity of questioning him as to Mr. Jordan's whereabouts.
Yes, my lord. Well, if Superintendent James had taken his finger out...
The witness in the box is Mr. Tarrant. Are you suggesting that he knows what happened to Mr. Jordan?
No.
Then how can he answer the question?
Yes, my lord. I'm sorry I lost me rag.
Now, have you finished questioning this witness?
Yes. No, not quite.
Then please continue with your cross-examination and remember that the court's time is not limitless.
I will be brief, my lord. Mr. Tarrant, do you remember when you first came to see me with your wife?
Yes, not something I'll forget in a hurry either.
Do you remember what you said to me that day?
No. No.
Did you not say to me how grateful you were for my scheme?
I don't remember.
And did you not say that without it, you and thousands like you would have no chance of getting a house?
I may have done.
And did I not warn you that this scheme had never been tried before, that I was no lawyer, no accountant, just a simple builder trying to help house the married couples, young married couples of this country?
I remember you set yourself up as the great public benefactor.
Did I warn you or did I not?
You may have done.
That's not good enough, Mr. Tarrant. Did I warn you, yes or no?
Yes.
Now, did I not tell you there was a waiting list and you'd have to wait your turn?
Yes.
You wouldn't accept that, would you?
I don't know what you mean.
Did you not try to persuade me to move your name up the list?
No.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Tarrant, you're quite right. It wasn't you who tried to persuade me. It was your wife, wasn't it, when she came to see me?
My wife? What do you mean? My wife never came to see you.
You mean you didn't know?
My lord, I must protest.
Yes, Miss Tate. Mr. Patch, what is the purpose of this line of questioning?
Well, my lord, I'm just trying to establish that this witness's evidence is not based merely on his natural disappointment not getting a house, but there are personal reasons which my colour is evident.
There's nothing between Patch and my wife. There never has
My
been.
lord, I've no wish to cause dissension between husband and wife. I've no wish to reopen old wounds.
There aren't any old wounds because there's never been anything between you.
If Mr. Tarrant believes that, I withdraw the question.
My lord, I must object to what is obviously a cheap trick to get the sympathy of the jury. First, Mr. Patch insinuates that there is a liaison with the witness's wife, and when it is vigorously denied, he acts like a character from a Victorian melodrama.
Miss Tate may wish a divorce on her conscience, my lord. I don't. No further questions.
Carry on, Miss Tate.
Mr. Tarrant, did you pay Mr. Patch £1,000 for which he promised to build you a house?
Yes.
Did he build you a house?
No.
Did you get back your £1,000?
No.
No further questions, my lord.
You may step down, Mr. Tarrant.
I call Superintendent James of Fulchester Fraud Squad, my lord.
Superintendent James, please.
regard to the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Ronald Ernest James, Superintendent, Fulchester Fraud Squad, my lord.
You will not object to a personal question, Superintendent?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any reason to suspect your wife of having had an affair with Mr. Patch?
No, ma'am. In any case, it would be no concern of mine if he had.
Why is that, Superintendent?
I'm divorced.
Thank heaven for that. Now, when did the affairs of the accused, Benjamin Patch, come to your notice?
1971, ma'am.
When you began your investigations into Patch's Patch. Now, what evidence were you able to consult?
There was, of course, the evidence of the members of the association. I also consulted the records of the various companies either owned by Mr. Patch or in which he held a financial interest. I also obtained access to the company accounts, ledgers, cheques, bank statements, and other documents of his various companies. In addition, I have interviewed the defendant on several occasions.
Do you produce 4 bundles containing these documents?
I do, my lord.
My lord, these 4 bundles are documents 2 to 5. Superintendent, can you summarize for us what you discovered from these documents and from your interviews with Mr. Patch? First of all, when did you discover that Mr. Patch's housing association was first formed?
May I consult my notes, my lord?
Yes, I see no objection. Mr. Patch?
If the superintendent feels that his memory is failing, my lord, I've no objection.
Mr. Patch's Housing Association was registered as a limited company in November 1970.
And who were the directors of the company?
Benjamin Patch, the defendant, Raymond Jordan, Mr. Patch's accountant, and Margaret Patch, Mr. Patch's wife.
Did Mrs. Patch play any part in the running of the company?
None, as far as I could see. She's an invalid and lives on the south coast near Hastings.
How many people joined the accused association?
Well, as I've said, Mr. Patch's association was formed in November 1970. By January 1971, there were 72 members, and by January 1972, the membership had risen to 243, all of whom had paid £1,000 each.
So Patch Housing Association Limited should have received £243,000 from its members.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how much land was available to the association, and by whom?
Initially, 15 acres. This was provided by Benjamin Patch Builders Limited at a price of £3,000 an acre.
Did the association acquire any other land?
Yes, another 9 acres in April 1971, again purchased at £3,000 an acre, this time from a company called Nimbus Estates Limited.
And when was Nimbus Estates registered?
February 1971.
And who were the directors?
Raymond Jordan, Mr. Patch's accountant, and Frederick Oliver,
Who is Frederick Oliver?
a night watchman employed by Benjamin Patch Builders Limited.
A night watchman.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Oliver was 71 years old. Unfortunately, he died last year.
But who is the principal shareholder in Nimbus Estates?
Benjamin Patch, he holds 60% of the shares.
Superintendent, I'm curious about the name, Nimbus Enterprises Estates.
Nimbus was the name of a greyhound owned at that time by Mr. Patch.
And when did Nimbus Estates acquire its 9 acres?
In 1970 at £1,500 an acre.
Again, a profit at the expense of the Housing Association of 100%.
Yes, ma'am.
Thus, the association acquired in all 24 acres of land at a cost of £72,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how many houses were built on those 24 acres?
144 chalet bungalows, 6 to an acre.
And half the houses had to be sold on the open market.
That is correct, ma'am. Only 72 of those houses were for members of the association.
So 243 couples each gave £1,000, but he only managed to build 72 houses.
That is so, ma'am.
How much should the association have received from the sale of the 72 houses which were to be put on the open market?
£720,000, that's £10,000 each.
And how much should the association have paid to the accused for building costs?
Well, £6,000 for the houses to be sold on the open market and £5,000, that is cost, for the houses for the members of the association.
So if we can do a simple sum, correct me if I'm wrong, the association should have received £243,000 in subscriptions and £720,000 for selling houses to the public. That makes a total of £963,000.
Yes, ma'am.
And it should have paid out £72,000.
A moment, Miss Tate, if you would. Now, that is £243,000 in subscriptions and £720,000 from selling the houses?
Yes, my lord, that's a total of £963,000.
Quite.
And then it should have paid out £72,000 for land and £792,000 in building costs. In all, a total of £864,000.
I see, Miss Tate. Thank you.
So the association should have assets of £99,000. Has it?
No, ma'am, it has debts of £60,000.
And how much of the £963,000 which it should have received did it receive?
I can't be precise, ma'am.
Why not, Superintendent?
Unfortunately, some of these accounts of these various companies are either missing or destroyed. The rest are confused, to put it no more strongly than that.
Well, how is it that some of the accounts are missing?
There was, it seems, a small fire in the offices of Benjamin Patch Builders Limited and the Housing Association.
But the building was not destroyed.
No, my information, ma'am, is that only the offices were burned.
So there is really £159,000 unaccounted for, of which you have no idea what happened to it.
That is correct, ma'am.
Did Mr. Patch's standard of living improve at all after he started the association?
Well, in 1971, Mr. Patch purchased a Rolls-Royce car, a racehorse called Nifty Lass, and 3 greyhounds.
Now, racing is an expensive item.
You can say that again.
And the greyhounds won frequently and may have made Mr. Patch money. The racehorse did not.
The blasted thing never finished higher than 6th in the 7th horse race. Sorry, my lord.
Did Mr. Patch indulge in any other little luxuries?
Well, we've been able to trace certain stock market operations of his. We assess a profit on these deals of about £15,000.
And what happened to these shares?
They were sold before he was declared bankrupt. Mr. Patch insists that he used the money to pay off some of the association's debts.
And did he?
I don't know, ma'am. We have not been able to trace what happened to that money.
Now, Mr. Jordan, Mr. Patch's accountant, seems to figure largely in this business. Were you able to interview him?
Yes, I saw him on 3 occasions in my office when I and my staff were going through the accounts of the various companies.
Was Mr. Jordan cooperative?
Evasive is the word I'd use to describe Mr. Jordan, ma'am.
Now, I will anticipate Mr. Patch's next refrain. Why isn't Mr. Jordan in court?
Because he's disappeared, ma'am.
Have you any idea what's happened to him?
My information is that he is at present residing in South Africa.
Now, you've told us that you also interviewed Mr. Patch.
Yes, several times.
And what was his reaction when you questioned him about the missing £159,000?
Mr. Patch said, and I quote, "I don't believe it. Why should Jordan do this to me?"
He was implying that Jordan had the missing money.
Yes, ma'am.
Still, at least Mr. Patch did build some good houses for young couples.
Well, I took the advice of a surveyor and showed the report at a subsequent interview with Mr. Patch.
Do you produce that report?
I do, my lord.
Exhibit 6, my lord. What is the substance of this report?
Many of the houses were substandard, particularly those built for members of the association.
Substandard? In what way?
Materials and construction.
But surely every house was supposed to sell for £5,000.
Yes, ma'am, but according to the surveyor, many were not built to that standard.
Well, what was Mr. Patch's reaction when you told him about the report?
He said, "You've got some evidence at last, then."
So it would appear that Mr. Patch made an extra profit on the building of houses for the association.
Well, somebody must have done, ma'am. However, we haven't been able to trace any sign of that profit either in the accounts of Benjamin Patch Limited or of the Housing Association.
Thank you, Superintendent.
Is the surveyor giving evidence?
No, my lord, I'm afraid he died a few months ago.
I see. Very well, you may now cross-examine the witness, Mr. Patch. Mr. Patch? Mr. Patch?
Oh, no.
The case of the Queen against Patch will be resumed tomorrow in the Crown Court. This is the second day of the trial of Benjamin Patch at Fulchester Crown Court. Patch, a Fulchester builder who became a national celebrity with his revolutionary new concept in cheap housing, is charged with fraud. Hundreds of young married couples lost their savings when Patch's housing scheme collapsed. Patch was declared bankrupt, but already the fraud squad had begun their investigation. Benjamin Patch has chosen to dispense with the services of counsel. He is defending himself.
All stand.
Well, Mr. Patch, are you recovered?
Yes, thank you, my lord. I must apologise for my conduct yesterday, but this certificate from my doctor will explain it. Must have looked as if I was putting on an act, but believe me, I wasn't. I do have a heart condition.
Do you feel up to continuing with your cross-examination?
I'd like to try, my lord. I feel I've wasted enough of the court's time already.
Yes, but I'm delighted to hear it, Mr. Patch. You may continue your cross-examination seated, if you wish.
Oh, thank you. May I remove my jacket, too?
If you must, Mr. Patch.
Thank you.
Miss Tate?
I wish to recall Superintendent James, my lord.
You understand, Superintendent, you are still on oath.
I understand, my lord.
Very well, Mr. Patch, whenever you're ready.
Superintendent, what qualifications do you need in your job?
A knowledge of accountancy, wide experience of general commercial practice, some knowledge of financial techniques, and, of course, a good grounding in commercial law.
Got to be clever in your job.
Knowledgeable.
Oh, don't be so modest, Superintendent. You must have had to do a lot of studying.
Yes.
Like my accountant, Raymond Jordan.
You certainly don't become an accountant without studying hard.
I need a good head for figures.
Yes.
Would you believe me if I told you I left school at 14? The furthest I got was long division sums.
If you say so, sir.
Superintendent, you've given evidence in this court implying that because I'm the one that's on trial, now you've let Raymond Jordan disappear, implying that I was capable of organising an ingenious fraud. I don't even understand how it's supposed to work. Was I an accountant?
No, sir.
Yet you said in your job you've got to be an accountant. So you've got to be an accountant to understand this fraud.
I didn't say that, sir.
Well, I don't understand it, and I wonder if the jury did. I left school at 14. I'm a small-time builder, a self-made man. And you're asking the jury to believe that I'm a financial wizard capable of figuring out an ingenious fraud.
I'm not asking the jury to believe anything, sir. It's my job to deal in facts.
Oh, facts. Well, let's have a look at these few of these facts you're so used to dealing in. Like why you let Raymond Jordan disappear, for instance.
I didn't let him disappear, sir. He just did so. It's one of the dangers of investigating any fraud case.
Oh, aye. So is that why you're trying to pin everything on the one poor devil who didn't run away?
My lord.
Mr. Patch, Superintendent James is not trying to pin anything on you. His job is to amass the evidence. It is for the jury to decide in which direction that evidence points.
Well, can you explain then, my lord, why Superintendent James is appearing as a witness for the prosecution?
Because that is the way in which the formal procedures of English law operate.
Well, that may very well be, my lord, but they seem to operate against poor mugs like me.
In what way, Mr. Patch?
Well, here we have a senior police officer, my lord. A superintendent, no doubt. Now, let's be honest about it. He's made a right mess of things. He's let the principal villain of the police, Raymond Jordan, slip through his fingers. He's not going to admit that, is he, my lord? Not for a moment. Well, it's not human nature, is it? He might lose his pension, his job, everything. So he's going to load everything on the one poor mug who stayed behind, hoping for a fair trial.
My lord, this is the most outrageous attack upon the honour of a distinguished police officer.
Oh, to hell with his honour. I'm on trial.
Mr. Patch, Miss Tate, I will have no more of this.
I apologise, my lord. I trust the accused will withdraw the statement.
I'm withdrawing nothing. It's all right for you, my dear. Your good name, your freedom's not at stake.
Now, Mr. Patch, I have been very lenient with you. But I will have no more shouting or bad manners. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, my lord.
You elected to defend yourself against my advice, I may remind you, and you may be unfamiliar with the procedures of the court, but those procedures cannot be altered just to suit you. Now, do you understand that?
Yes, my lord.
And as for Superintendent James, I would remind you that he is on oath, and the law takes a very serious view of anyone, be they police officer or not, who lie on oath. And are you all right, Mr. Patch?
Yes, my lord, thank you. I'm all right.
Would you wish me to adjourn for a little while?
No, my lord. I'll be all right. Don't worry about me, please.
Very well, Mr. Patch.
Thank you, my lord. Superintendent, you told the jury yesterday about my involvement in two companies, Nimbus Estates and the Fulchester Property Development Company.
That is correct, sir. You are the principal shareholder in both.
Who normally runs a company?
I don't understand what you mean, sir.
Superintendent, you've just said that you had to be an expert in general commercial practice. Do shareholders usually run a company?
No, sir. The directors do.
And was I a director?
No, sir.
And are shareholders usually consulted about every company decision?
No, sir.
Was Raymond Jordan a director?
Yes, sir.
And did you question him about his activities in these two companies?
I did.
Ah. Could you tell us the last date when you interviewed him?
October 19th, 1972.
Ah. And when did he disappear?
2 days later.
2 days? Not the following day or the same day?
One cannot be absolutely certain, sir. My information is that Mr. Jordan left this country 48 hours within his last interview with myself.
Oh. Didn't you keep watch on him?
No, sir. The police force is undermanned, the fraud squad in particular.
Would you have done if you'd had the men?
That is a hypothetical question, sir.
My lord, I think it's a simple question to which you answer yes or no.
My lord.
Miss Tate, I agree with Mr. Patch. The witness will answer the question.
Thank you, my lord.
Naturally, as a police officer, I would like to keep all suspects under observation.
That's not what I asked, Superintendent.
I would like to have kept Mr. Jordan under observation.
Particularly in light of what happened.
Yes.
And all you were left with was me.
I interviewed you, Mr. Patch, before I saw Mr. Jordan.
Oh, so you crossed me off and went after Jordan?
No, sir, I saw you first because it was your building company, your housing association.
Yes, but Jordan was the accountant and the company director.
You were the boss.
Do you mean to say, if there's a ticket fiddle on British Rail, you start off by interviewing Richard Marsh?
I fail to see the connection between British Rail and Benjamin Patch.
Superintendent, if you'd not let Raymond Jordan disappear, it's 10 to 1, he would be on this stand with me today.
That is a decision for the Director of Public Prosecution, sir, not the police.
You are being evasive, Superintendent.
No, sir, I am being factual.
Mr. Patch, I don't see any purpose in following this line of questioning. Superintendent James is quite correct in what he says.
My lord, I'm simply trying to establish that the evidence brought about by the prosecution against me applies equally well to Raymond Jordan. And if he'd been arrested, it'd be a pound to a penny, I wouldn't be on trial here today.
The jury can reflect upon that when they have heard all the evidence.
This prosecution is obviously malicious and has been brought about only to cover up the professional incompetence of Superintendent James.
You may leave the jury to draw their own conclusions as to that too, Mr. Patch.
Very well, my lord. I have every confidence in the jury's common sense. Now, Superintendent James, you've said that many of the accounts of these various companies were lost or destroyed or in some chaos. Now, a company's accounts are the business of the company accountant, are they not?
Yes, sir.
And who was the company accountant?
Mr. Jordan, sir.
How long have you been with the fraud squad, Superintendent?
21 years, sir.
And have you seen accounts in a worse mess?
Yes, sir.
Now, did you or any of your staff personally interview any of the members of the association?
Yes, sir.
And were they all, without exception, convinced that I was a swindler and a criminal?
Not all of them, sir, no.
Now, I put it to you, Superintendent, that when you showed me that surveyor's report, I said to you, you're scraping the barrel to get evidence.
No, you said, you've got some evidence at last, then.
And on the last occasion when you interviewed me, did you or did you not say to me, we've got you now, Patch. Why don't you make things easy on yourself and confess?
I may have done, sir.
And did I or did I not say to you, this is a put-up job and you want your head examining?
Yes, I believe you did say something like that.
Well, I withdraw that remark, Superintendent. It's not your head you want examining, it's your conscience. No further questions, my lord.
Superintendent, was your conduct in this case motivated by malice towards the accused?
No, ma'am.
Did you conduct it as any other investigation?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Patch seems to be asserting that he knows nothing of the money that was missing. Would you tell us how much money was missing?
At least £159,000.
Thank you, Superintendent.
You may stand down, Superintendent.
The last witness for the prosecution, my lord, is Miss Rachel McIntosh.
Rachel McIntosh, please.
God, the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You are Rachel Elizabeth McIntosh, and you live at 126 Cyclamen Avenue, Fulchester.
Yes.
Until December 1971, you were secretary for Benjamin Patch.
Yes.
When did you first start working for Mr. Patch?
In September 1967.
My lord,
What is it, Mr. Patch?
a point of law, your lordship.
Yes?
Is there not some law against people giving evidence against you if you've had intercourse with them many times over several years?
Silence! Silence!
My lord, this is yet another blatant and unfair attempt to discredit the witness.
Mr. Patch, there is no law preventing people who have had intercourse with each other from giving evidence against each other, as you must very well know.
I'm sorry, my lord, I did phrase the question badly, but I am new to this legal business.
Yes, it's still not too late to apply for counsel to be appointed to you, Mr. Patch.
No, my lord, I've made me bed and I must lie in it. No, what I meant to ask by that question is whether a person was jealous and bitter against you, whether it would invalidate their evidence.
That, Mr. Patch, is for the jury to decide.
Well, suppose I can prove to the jury that this witness is motivated by jealousy, what then?
You must prove it to the satisfaction of the jury, Mr. Patch.
I see, my lord. Carry on, my dear.
Thank you, Mr. Patch. Miss McIntosh, were you an employee of Mr. Patch?
Yes, sir. Madam, I was his secretary for 4 years.
Now, since Mr. Patch has given notice that he will ask this, let me ask it first. Were you and Mr. Patch lovers?
Will this case be reported in the papers?
I have no means of knowing, Miss McIntosh. However, since Mr. Patch's original housing scheme attracted nationwide interest at the time, I wouldn't be surprised if his financial collapse attracted some press coverage. Very well, Miss Tate, continue, please.
I asked if you were lovers, Miss McIntosh.
Yes.
For how long?
4 years.
When did you leave Mr. Patch's employ?
In December 1971.
And why did you leave?
Why?
Yes, why, Miss McIntosh?
Must I answer?
I'm afraid you must, Miss McIntosh.
Well, I found out he'd been having other women.
I'm sure the jury appreciate your frankness.
There was another reason, too.
What was that, Miss McIntosh?
Well, I was afraid I might end up in trouble with the police.
Why?
Well, because Ben and Mr. Patch had been swindling all those youngsters out
My
of
lord,
their
this is just what I
savings.
was trying to warn you about earlier. This witness is motivated by jealousy. She's deliberately trying to ruin me.
Sit down, Mr. Patch.
Sorry, my lord.
Miss McIntosh, that is an expression of opinion or belief. You are here to give evidence about what you saw and heard.
I see.
When did you start work for Mr. Patch?
Well, in 67.
As his secretary?
Secretary, typist, telephonist. There was only me and Mr. Jordan. We were the office staff.
This was before Mr. Patch started the Housing Association?
Yes.
Now, was Mr. Patch successful in those days?
No. He always seemed to be short of money.
How do you know that?
Well, I was on the switchboard. I was the one who had to lie. Say he was out or away on business when any of the suppliers rang up to pester him for money. As far as I could make out from Mr. Patch, the firm was on the verge of bankruptcy.
Did Mr. Patch tell you this?
Well, he said things were very tight. But another of my jobs was opening the mail. For weeks, the only letters we got were either bills or threats to take out summonses. Well, you only had to add up the bills to know the firm was in a bad way.
Well, why did you stay with them?
Well, by that time I was involved with Mr. Patch. I didn't want to let him down.
Now, when did the firm's finances start to improve?
Well, after he started the Housing Association.
And when did you first hear of the Housing Association idea?
Well, it was one morning. Mr. Patch and Mr. Jordan were very depressed.
How can you be sure things were as bad as they seemed, Miss McIntosh?
Well, they hadn't been able to pay my wages for a fortnight, my lord.
I see. Go on, please.
Well, it all started one morning. Mr. Patch came in very bright and cheerful. Well, I was surprised, because for weeks he'd been down in the dumps. Well, he came in this morning and he said, Josephine, I've just...
Josephine.
Oh, he used to call me Josephine. It was a pet name.
I see. Go on, please.
Well, he came in this morning and he said, Josephine, I've just had a stroke of genius. I've figured out a way to make my fortune. Well, I didn't take him seriously at first. I mean, he was a man who liked to make a joke. Well, he then got on the phone and persuaded a local printer to print 500 leaflets.
And what were the leaflets?
Well, to advertise this housing scheme.
Do you produce one of these leaflets?
Yes, these were the leaflets.
Exhibit 7, my lord. As you will see, it starts, Patch's Patch, a new conception in housing. Why should people who can't afford an ordinary mortgage repayment be unable to buy their own homes? Now, what was the public reaction to this?
Fantastic. There's no other word for it. Within 48 hours of the leaflets going out, we had 4 cheques in for £1,000. Mr. Patch said it's like taking money from a baby. Took me and Mr. Jordan out to lunch and we drank champagne. And he bought me a new dress.
This was on the strength of the cheques that had just arrived from the Housing Association people.
Yes.
Now, who made the decisions regarding this project?
Oh, Mr. Patch. Mr. Jordan was very much in awe of him.
You're sure of this?
Oh, yes. It was as if Mr. Patch hypnotised him. He'd do anything Mr. Patch said. Mr. Patch is a very persuasive man. I mean...
Yes, I'm sure the jury appreciate what you mean, Miss McIntosh. Now, when did Mr. Patch start building houses for the association?
Well, it was after the money started coming in. He waited till he got about 20,000 and then he started on 4 houses.
2 for members of the association and 2 for the general public?
Yes.
But he did build more houses later?
Oh, yes. But only as the contributions came in.
But surely the sale of the houses on the open market was supposed to finance the building of houses for members of the association.
Well, that wasn't how it worked in practice.
Well, what happened to the money for the sale of the houses?
It all went into Mr. Patch's account, of course.
How do you know this?
Well, I was the one who took the cheques to the bank. I knew which account I put them into, and it wasn't the housing association's.
My lord, I put in evidence bank statements Exhibit 8, dating from November 1970 to December 1971. As you'll see, the statements refer to bank accounts in the name of Benjamin Patch Builders, the association, and also to private accounts in the name of Mr. Patch. Now, these indicate that some £19,000 was paid into Mr. Patch's own bank accounts.
I do not deny the sums paid into my account, my lord.
Mr. Patch, I must advise you that there is no necessity at this stage for you to admit or deny the prosecution's charge.
No, but I do not deny the sums paid into my account, my lord, simply the source.
Nonetheless, Mr. Patch, I do strongly advise you to remain silent. In my experience, more defendants have lost cases by talking too much rather than by talking too little.
Yes, my lord, but I just want to make it clear that I can explain the £19,000 and its source. It's all perfectly innocent like me.
Then make your explanation when you yourself come to give evidence.
Yes, my lord.
Miss Tate?
Miss McIntosh, can you remember any specific occasion when you placed money in Mr. Patch's accounts?
Yes, it was in March 1971. I remember because it was my birthday. Mr. Patch gave me a cheque for £4,000 to put into his account. He also gave me a cheque for £50. He said he hadn't had time to get me anything for my birthday, and would I spend something with the £50?
Now, what is the date of your birthday?
March the 19th.
March the 19th. Now, as you will see, my lord, members of the jury, on March the 19th, £4,000 was deposited and a cheque was drawn out for the sum of £50. Miss McIntosh, in your experience, was this an unusual way to celebrate your birthday?
It certainly was. The year before, he'd only been able to afford me to take me out to a supper at an Italian restaurant. That came to about £4.
Now, Mr. Patch appears to have developed extensive sporting interests.
Do you mean the greyhounds and the racehorse?
Yes. When did he acquire these?
Well, I seem to remember it was in April, about a month after my birthday.
That would be Nimbus and Valerian Lad.
That's right. He bought the other one. Oh, I've forgotten the name. In the autumn.
A special delivery.
That's right.
Now, as Mr. Patch's secretary, were you in any way connected with his sporting interests?
Oh, yes. I was the one that wrote the letters to the trainers and the jockey club and so on.
You mean you typed the letters?
Well, I actually composed most of them. Mr. Patch would tell me what he wanted to say, and I'd write the letters. He didn't like dictating letters. Anyway, he was always very casual with his correspondence.
Now, do you happen to know how much Mr. Patch paid for the greyhounds?
Yes, the first 2 cost him £1,400. Valerian Lad was £650, and Nimbus was £750.
And what about the racehorse, Nifty Lass?
That was £2,000.
Did any of the greyhounds ever win?
Oh, yes, but I don't know how much.
And did Mr. Patch back his own horse?
Oh, yes, I know that for a fact. because he took me to Thirsk and to Chepstow. He put £1,000 on each time. He put some money on for me, too.
And the horse lost on both occasions?
Yes.
Now, the training fees must have been quite considerable.
£2,500 a year. I know, because I wrote the letter to the trainer.
Was Mr. Patch worried about the cost of his sporting activities?
It's only money, he said. And anyway, it's not mine.
Well, whose money was it?
Well, the housing association's, of course.
Miss McIntosh.
One moment, Miss Tate, please. Are you all right, Mr. Patch?
Oh, yes, my lord. I'll just take a couple of pills and be as right as rain.
Yes, but I could adjourn if you wish, so that you could be examined by a doctor.
No, please, my lord. I've wasted enough of the court's time. Please don't worry about me.
Very well, Mr. Patch.
Miss McIntosh.
A moment, Miss Tate, if you please. I should like to return to Miss McIntosh's last statement. She said that the money from Mr. Patch's racing activities came from the association.
It did.
How can you be sure where the money came from?
Well, where else could it have come from? I mean, after Mr. Patch started the association, he gave up building houses for anyone else.
Can you be absolutely sure of the source of the money, Miss McIntosh?
Well,
Now, remember, you are still on oath.
I suppose I can't be absolutely sure.
I see. Thank you. Go on, Miss Tate, please.
I've nearly finished, my lord. Miss McIntosh, you knew Mr. Jordan fairly well, did you not?
I worked in the same office with him for 4 years.
Now, when was the last time that you saw Mr. Jordan?
Well, I met him and Mr. Patch in the street, the day before he vanished.
Did Mr. Jordan say anything to you about leaving the country?
Yes. He said Ben's really done it this time. The balloon's about to go up.
By Ben, he meant Mr. Patch?
Yes. He said Mr. Patch had suggested he get out while he could, that he'd go to South Africa. Mr. Patch had given him the money for the air ticket and suggested that he go to Rhodesia.
And you say Mr. Patch was present during this conversation?
Yes.
Thank you, Miss McIntosh.
Rachel, Miss McIntosh, is it not true that the first time we made love was on the floor of my office, and 5 minutes after we finished, I gave you your pay package, your first pay package from Benjamin Patch Builders Limited?
My lord, I must protest at this line of questioning. I can see no purpose in it except to embarrass the witness.
My lord, this witness has invented and exaggerated and told downright lies while under oath. She has deliberately and maliciously tried to blacken my name, and I want the jury to see her as she really is.
Miss Tate, I think I must use my discretion and allow Mr. Patch some freedom.
Thank you, my lord.
But I warn you, Mr. Patch, that I shall put a stop to this line of questioning if I think you are abusing the privilege.
I wouldn't want it any other way, my lord. Now, Miss McIntosh, you said you left my employ because you found out I was going with other women.
And because you've been swindling all these young people.
When did you find out about my affairs with other women?
I can't remember.
Is it not true that you only gave notice when you found me with June, our new typist?
It may have been.
And that was the day of the Christmas party,
I
wasn't
saw
it?
how you'd been eyeing her. Did you think I was blind and stupid?
Now, you can't have it both ways, Rachel. Either you left me because I was having affairs with other women, or because I was guilty of a swindle. And if I was guilty of a swindle, you could have wound up as an accessory, Rachel. Have you thought of that?
The case of the Queen against Patch will be resumed tomorrow in the Crown Court. This is the last day of the trial of Benjamin Patch. The charge is fraud. Patch, a small-time Fulchester builder, came to prominence when he advertised a revolutionary new scheme to provide cheap housing for young couples. Hundreds of young married couples invested their savings in his scheme in the hope of getting a house of their own. But Patch was declared bankrupt, his housing association collapsed, and the investors lost their money. Today, Benjamin Patch is on trial in Fulchester Crown Court. He's chosen to defend himself. At this moment, the final prosecution witness, Rachel McIntosh, Patch's ex-secretary and ex-mistress, is on the stand.
My lord, not only is Mr. Patch trying to discredit this witness, he is trying to intimidate her as well. It is not the intention of the prosecution to indict this witness as an accessory, nor will she be so indicted if she gives evidence.
My lord, nothing was further from my mind.
Miss Tate, it is for the jury to decide on the veracity of Mr. Patch's statements and of Miss Mackintosh's statements. I do not think we should attempt to prejudge their conclusions.
As your lordship pleases.
I withdraw the question. May I carry on, your lordship?
Please do, Mr. Patch.
Miss Mackintosh, you said that I said it was like taking money from a baby. Were those my exact words?
Yes.
They were?
Yes. Well, near enough.
My dear, you're in court on oath. You must be precise, please. Now, you also reported about my racing activities. I said it's only money, and it's not mine anyway.
Yes.
You sure I said that?
Well, that was more or less what you said.
Well, you're dead right. That's exactly what I did say. But did I say whose money it was?
Well, who else's could it have been?
Not the associations. It was the bookies.
The bookies?
Yes, I won on the dogs. I may not know a horse when I see it. By God, I know a good dog.
All I know is you lost at least 2,000 at Thirsk and Chepstow.
That's right, but were you with me at Redcar, Kempton Park, Sandown?
No.
Ah.
But Nifty Lass never won anywhere.
Well, I backed other horses. The question is, did they win or did they lose?
How would I know?
Precisely. Now, can you be absolutely sure that I was betting with the association's money?
Well, it's not for me to say.
Oh, yes, it is. I've just asked you.
I'm not sure.
Now then, let's get on to Mr. Jordan, your bosom pal and chatty friend.
Mr. Jordan was neither of those things.
You've just made him out to be. I've known Raymond Jordan many years, and he's not given much to gossip. Now, you said you met him and I on the street the day before he vanished.
I did.
And what day was that?
It was October the 20th.
What sort of a day was it?
Pardon?
Well, it was a nice day, sunny, raining, snowing. Was there a typhoon blowing?
It was just an ordinary day.
An ordinary day in our climate, there's no such thing. All right, you don't remember the weather. Do you remember where you met us?
In Davies Street.
Whereabouts?
Outside the supermarket.
Where Mr. Jordan was no doubt kitting up for his African safari.
I don't know what he was doing. I didn't ask him.
You did ask him if he was going to South Africa.
I didn't exactly ask him. He told me.
You expect the jury to believe that shy, uncommunicative Mr. Jordan suddenly blurted out in the middle of the street, "I'm off to South Africa, and Ben Patch has paid me ticket."
It wasn't like that. I happened to meet him and you in the street. I asked him how things were, and he said, "The balloon's about to go up." He said you'd told him to go to South Africa.
Now, you'd left the company 9 months before. Were you very friendly with Mr. Jordan?
We were always on good terms.
How good? Did he ever make a passenger have it off with you?
Mr. Jordan was always very correct.
Shy, I would have said.
Yes.
And you expect the jury to believe that this shy little man suddenly unburdened himself in the street, in front of a supermarket, before a woman he hadn't seen for 9 months, in the presence of a man who overawed and hypnotised
He
him?
did.
Well, the jury can place what reliance they may on that statement. You're making it up. You never did meet us. Now then, let's turn to money. Am I a careful and precise man with money?
Anything but.
Hopeless with money,
Yes.
which is why I employed Mr. Jordan. Now, did you ever see me ask to go over the books with him?
No, you were always off racing. Oh, no doubt with one of your women.
Would I be the sort of man that would ever know how much there was in the bank, let alone how many bank statements there were?
Well, it's not for me to say.
Yes, it is. I've just asked you.
You never stop spending money.
Am I the man to plan an ingenious fraud and get away with £159,000?
The witness cannot possibly answer that, my lord.
I agree.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lord. I withdraw the question. Now, Miss Mackintosh, our love affair, was it calm and placid?
No, it was not.
Pretty stormy, wasn't it?
Yes,
Still, it had its moments, though, didn't it?
I suppose so.
Remember Dublin? And remember throwing a bowl of mayonnaise over me? It was in the King's Head, Fulchester. Shouldn't be difficult to prove any other way to remember it. And it was the day you smashed the telephone in the office, wasn't there? Quite a few outbursts, all told. Why?
Different reasons?
Different reasons? Not as I recall. Only one. always the same one. Jealousy because you found me going out with other women.
It was a long time ago.
You're still jealous, aren't you?
No, certainly not. No!
No. No further questions, my lord.
There are one or two more points, my lord. I shall be brief. Miss Mackintosh, you left Mr. Patch's employ in December of 1971, 18 months ago. Now, have you seen Mr. Patch since?
No. Except that time I met him and Mr. Jordan in the street.
Now, have there been any other men in your life beside Mr. Patch?
Yes, several.
So you could not be described as a sex-starved, love-lorn woman?
No.
Now, you worked for several years with both Mr. Patch and Mr. Jordan. In this relationship, who would you say was responsible for the decisions?
Mr. Patch. There's no doubt about it. Mr. Patch is a very overwhelming personality.
Thank you, Miss Mackintosh.
You may go, Miss Mackintosh.
That completes the case for the prosecution, my lord.
Now, Mr. Patch, before you begin your defense, it is my duty to tell you that there are certain legal courses open to you. Now, first, you may go into the witness box and give evidence on oath like any other witness, and in that event, Miss Tate can cross-examine you. Alternatively, it is within your rights to refuse to give any evidence, and of course, in that case, the prosecution cannot cross-examine you. Now, I would advise you to think very carefully about what you do next.
There's nothing to think about, my lord. I've nothing to hide. I'll go into the box and Miss Tate can do her damnedest. I call as my first witness myself, Benjamin Ernest Patch. Do I go into the box, my lord?
You do, Mr. Patch.
Almighty God, that the evidence I should give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Sure. My lord, and members of the jury, it's practically impossible to question yourself, but I hope you'll bear with me. I am Benjamin Ernest Patch, at present living at Curran's Commercial Hotel, Haydock Street. And if you think that's a lap of luxury, you should try yourselves. Second question, why am I here? Answer, because I had the ridiculous notion that people should own their own homes. Ordinary people, young married couples who can't afford a mortgage at today's rates. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a philanthropist. I am, or was, a builder. Sometimes I made money, sometimes I didn't, but that's the building trade. Do you know the highest rate of bankruptcy in the country is among builders? Now, not that I didn't start Patch's Patch to make money, I did. But that wasn't the sole reason. If it had been, I could have sold me 15 acres and retired on the cash. Can you imagine what 15 acres would bring at today's prices? Next question. Where does Raymond Jordan figure in all this? Answer. If the police had done their job properly, wouldn't need to ask. He handled the money. He fixed up all the accounts and all the companies. Why? Because I couldn't be bothered. I'm a builder. I'm not a lawyer or an accountant. If I had, well, maybe I would be in business today and Patch's Patch would be the real revolution in cheap housing it was meant to be. Next question. Where is the missing 159,000? Well, don't ask me. I haven't got it. If I had, would I be here today? Next question. What about all these greyhounds and racehorses and stock market deals of yours, Mr. Patch? Well, what about them? I've always been a betting man. Ever since I was 8 years old and I cleaned up at marbles. It's true, I did have 3 greyhounds and 1 very unsuccessful racehorse. I betted them regularly. The racehorse lost, but the greyhounds won. No, I can't prove it. I haven't got neat little slips to say that Ben Patch won this amount of money in such and such a day and such an account. But that's what I did, and all that money went into the general pool into Patch's Patch. Last question, Mr. Patch. Are you or are you not guilty of this deliberate swindle you are charged with? No. Definitely no. I am guilty of stupidity about money. I am guilty about being too fond of women. I am guilty of liking a gamble. And I am guilty of the high living. But guilty of masterminding and organising this ingenious fraud, well, I haven't got the patience or those sort of brains. I've no further questions of this witness, my lord.
I must congratulate my knowledgeable friend on his shrewd examination of this witness. Mr. Patch, you said you hadn't the brains to organize this fraud. I think you're playing with words. Whose idea was the original concept of Patch's Patch?
Mine, but it wasn't intended to be a fraud.
Well, perhaps not at first, Mr. Patch, but I put it to you that you couldn't resist plundering the finances of your housing association.
That's not true.
Well, let's just look at this housing scheme, shall we? You began it when you had only 15 acres of building land available.
Yes, I plan to buy more land.
Which indeed you did from a separate company of which you were the majority shareholder.
Yes. Well, Jordan was the director of Nimbus Estates.
Are you asking the court to believe that he acted without your consent?
No. Jordan said, I found some land. I say, OK, let's buy it. And he arranged the details.
This shy, uncommunicative little man, as I think you described him.
Well, he wasn't uncommunicative with me when it came to business. He was an accountant. He was just shy with women.
You keep pushing Mr. Jordan forward as the mastermind behind this whole thing, and yet you've admitted the original concept of Patch's Patch was your idea.
Yes, but the day-to-day running was Jordan's responsibility.
But your hand was constantly in the till, Mr. Patch, was it not?
I deny that.
Miss McIntosh has said that your business was on the rocks before you started the association.
Well, Miss McIntosh's idea of rocks is ice cubes in a drink.
Yet it was only after the association started that you required a racehorse and greyhounds and a taste for share dealing.
That's true. The association was a success. My firm was building houses. And as I didn't have to pay Miss McIntosh's salary, I could indulge myself.
Indulge yourself to the extent of 3 greyhounds and a racehorse, not to mention trips to Paris and Nice, etc.?
I've always spent up to the hilt. Besides, me greyhounds made money.
They'd have to. 2 of them cost you £1,400. Your horse cost you £2,000 to buy and more than that to train. Your racing activities must have cost you over £6,000, plus unsuccessful bets of about £2,000. Now, it's a lot of money to come out of just winnings.
Well, it didn't all come out of me winnings, but most of it did. As I said, I'm a gambler, a big gambler.
But you can't win all the time.
No, of course you can't. But when you gamble like I do, when you win big.
Did you employ this same principle with your share dealings?
Yes.
But where did you get the initial stake from?
I've told you, out my own pocket, out my gambling winnings.
Well, let's return to the housing scheme for a moment, shall we? Now, you owned 15 acres of land when you started it, and then you bought a further 9 acres from another of your companies, 24 acres in all. Surely you must have realized that such a scheme could not work unless you had more or less unlimited supply of building land.
I wouldn't say unlimited.
243 people paid £1,000 into your association fund. To build homes for 243 people, you would need about 40 acres?
I suppose so.
And as you sold alternate houses on the open market, then that means you need a minimum of 80 acres in order to house the people in the association.
Yes, something like that.
And yet you never owned more than 24 acres.
Well, I intended to buy more land.
Then why didn't you?
Because we ran short of funds.
Well, I wouldn't have called contributions amounting to £250,000 in cash as being short of funds.
But £159,000 worth of it is supposed to be missing.
It is indeed, Mr. Patch.
Well, Jordan handled the money, not me.
Jordan told Miss Rachel McIntosh that you gave him money for his trip to South Africa.
Well, if you believe Rachel McIntosh, you'll believe anyone.
Miss McIntosh is giving evidence on oath, like yourself, Mr. Patch.
I did not finance Raymond Jordan's escape to South Africa.
243 people gave you money to build them homes. You only managed to build 72. Now, are you also blaming that on Jordan? No further questions, my lord.
Mr. Patch, do you wish to re-examine?
Yes, my lord. All right, Mr. Patch, you only built 72 houses out of 243. What do you say to that? Things went wrong, but all right. At least I did build 72 houses and people had 72 homes who would not otherwise have had them. Now, what about all that lovely money you're supposed to have got off with, Mr. Patch? Did you? Don't be bloody silly. If I had, would I be here today? Well, where is all that lovely money, Mr. Patch? Don't ask me. Ask Mr. Jordan, if you can find him. All went sour, all went wrong. Patch's Patch, the great new revolution in housing, ended in a mess. And nobody plans a mess. Nobody. I've no further questions, my lord.
Very well, Mr. Patch, you may leave the witness box.
I have one last witness to call, my lord. Joyce Graham, a character witness.
Now, members of the jury, this witness is appearing as a character witness. That means that Mr. Patch is calling her solely to give evidence as to his character. So, therefore, she will not be likely to give any new factual evidence.
You are Mrs. Joyce Graham
Yes.
of 8 Walton Close.
Yes.
You reside with your husband in a house I built.
Yes.
Is it a good house?
It's a lovely house.
Mrs. Graham, until recently you were employed as my secretary.
I was. I've been your secretary since 1971, since the raincoat left.
The raincoat.
Oh, our pet name for Miss Mackintosh, my lord.
I see.
Mrs. Graham, how would you describe me as a businessman?
Describe you?
Yes, am I shrewd, careful, cautious with money?
Oh, no, my lord. He's hopeless about money. He's the most disorganised man I've ever met. He's lots of drive, but most of it, not all, completely misdirected.
Yes, Mrs. Graham, but what I wanted to know is about the money. Did you ever observe me making off with the association's funds?
That question is not admissible.
Oh, Mr. Patch never handled money, my lord, or very rarely. That was Mr. Jordan's department. Mr. Patch was most concerned about getting houses for members of the association. He helped me get mine. He was always most helpful if any problems came up. Mr. Patch is an awfully generous man.
Thank you, Mrs. Graham.
Is that all?
Not quite, Mrs. Graham. Now, you said Mr. Patch helped you get your house.
Yes. Yes, and a very nice house it is, too.
Oh, so you said. What is your relationship with Mr. Patch?
Relationship?
Yes, how intimate is your relationship with Mr. Patch?
Do I have to answer that, my lord?
Yes, Mrs. Graham.
Well, the answer is that I'm a married woman. A very respectable married woman.
I see. And how long have you been married?
5 years.
And in 1971, you became Mr. Patch's secretary.
Yes.
When did you obtain a house on Patch's Patch?
In 1972.
Before or after you became his secretary?
After.
So first of all, you worked for Mr. Patch, and then he found you a house.
Yes, but we paid our £1,000 like everybody else.
But you didn't get your house until after you worked for Mr. Patch.
No.
Thank you, Mrs. Graham.
No further questions, my lord.
You may stand down, Mrs. Graham. Now, members of the jury, because Mr. Patch has chosen to call no other witnesses apart from himself and his character witness, the prosecution is not allowed to make a final address to the jury. Mr. Patch, however, is.
My lord, ladies and gentlemen, as you've already guessed, I'm a plain, simple builder. I'm not trained to put my case cleverly and eloquently like Miss Tate here. All I can tell you is the facts as I know them. Now, when I first started the scheme to bring cheap housing into practically everybody's reach, I didn't start off with the idea of planning a swindle. I just wanted to build houses, and that's exactly what I did. Oh, I didn't build enough of them, I know. I admit, I ran out of land. But if I had succeeded in building houses for 243 families, I would have been a hero. As it was, I didn't. And that is why I'm here. Now, the prosecution has told you about my gambling and my racing. I don't deny it. But if you think I planned this whole scheme to make off with £159,000, then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are daft. If you think I'm guilty of a swindle, ask yourself, why am I a bankrupt now? And believe me, I am. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I'd be off with Raymond Jordan in South Africa or Timbuktu or wherever. And don't forget, I did have the opportunity. Superintendent James took his time over this case. Now, I'm not knocking the police. They do a marvellous job, believe me, but they can make mistakes. Now, as for Miss Mackintosh's evidence, well, as I've said, I'm no saint. I'm separated from my wife, and she's an attractive woman. And let's be honest about it, she's every right to feel bitter about the way I treated her. But I am not on trial here for my morals. This is a case of fraud, so they say. Now, I'm guilty of lots of things. But conscious, deliberate fraud is not one of them. Thank you. Thank you, my lord.
Now, members of the jury, the accused is charged with stealing from the Patch Housing Association the sum of £159,000. Now, there is no doubt that £159,000 has disappeared, but Mr. Patch says that if it has disappeared without his knowledge. He suggests that Mr. Jordan is guilty. Now, if you believe Mr. Patch, you must acquit him. But I think you should bear in mind the reduced circumstances in which Mr. Patch is alleged to have found himself before he conceived the Housing Association, and the subsequent change in his standard of living, which he attributes to betting profits. Now, there is some evidence that Mr. Patch may possibly have made some profit over and above the £1,000 profit on each house built for the open market by building substandard houses, and because other companies with which he was connected sold land at a profit to the Housing Association. Now, some juries think that when a man elects to defend himself, that they should favour his cause. Now, this is quite incorrect. No matter who defends or who prosecutes, it is for you, the jury, to listen carefully to the evidence, weigh it in the privacy of the jury room, and without fear or favour, arrive at your verdict. Now, remember, it is for the prosecution to prove its case beyond all reasonable doubt, so that if you have a reasonable doubt as to Mr. Patch's guilt, then you must return your verdict accordingly. Now, members of the jury, will you kindly retire to consider your verdict?
All stand. All stand. The prisoner will remain standing. Will your foreman please stand? Answer this question, yes or no. Have you reached a verdict on which you're all agreed?
We have.
Do you find the prisoner at the bar, Benjamin Patch, guilty or not guilty of the charge of fraud?
Guilty.
I'm innocent, I tell you, I'm innocent! I won't accept this decision! I won't, it's Jordan's fault! It's Jordan's fault!
Now, Superintendent James, have you prepared a record of the prisoner's antecedents? If so, could you hear them now, please?
Mr. Justice Campbell sentenced Benjamin Patch to 7 years imprisonment for fraud. Next week, a chance for you to join another jury when our cameras return to watch a leading case in the Crown Court.